and the way, the truth and the life.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to your faith, your Osha faith. So basically, we're going to talk about today the verse Matthew 6, and we're going to read the first verse. Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. Okay, the verse has a lot of people talking because remember, God said this is not because God don't want you to not do good, okay? And most of the time, people that do good, they want people to worship them, to praise them, okay? That's the idea that God show up, okay? He wants you to know that it's okay to do your deed, to do your good, but the thing about it is you have to do it in secret. What do you mean by in secret? It's simple. Your dude has to be in a way that only your Father knows. Because when you do that in public, first of all, your life gonna be in danger. Second of all, people gonna worship you, not God. And third of all, you become a target. A target means that a public image, either a good or bad image. So basically, in order to avoid all that, God said do it in secret. Because when you do it in secret, people usually don't know what you're doing, and people usually cannot pin down what you need, and people cannot know a lot about you. So that's why God said this about it, do in secret. And also, God is a sacred God. God loves secret, is a mystery. Because when you do stuff in secret, you become a mystery. And whatever you do in mystery, that's why God and you reward you openly. Because at the end of the day, God is love. He loves you very much. He cares about you and He wants the best for you. And that's why He mentioned that, for example, if you love me, deny yourself. Deny yourself means that stay away from the fame, stay away from the glory, stay away from all those people that's gonna be able to push you on or change your mind about everything. So that's the reason God said this thing. It's not because that you're good or you're bad. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's about the principle. Principle is that whenever you do that in secret, there is a protection to it. Protection even for your public, protection for your soul. Because what happens is when you do stuff in secret, the devil usually, or most people around you, usually don't know what you're doing. Okay, when they don't know what you're doing, what they can do? They cannot do anything. So when you do in public, now people you know your name, they know your faces, and now next thing you know, you're gonna become a target for everyone. And God doesn't want you to have that, to be able to do that. God doesn't want that. He's a loving, caring God. Okay? And everything you do in secret, remember, secrecy is where the holiness of God. Okay? That's how what God said, when you go to pray, go in secret. It means that between you and me, that means a kind of intimacy. If you love God, you're going to love your neighbor. If you really love your neighbor, you're going to help them out. But you have to help them out in the way God is secret. That means that you love God so much, has become pure and holy because you're doing a secret before God, only God see you. Okay? That's why when you do that, God's gonna write it down, and when they grow old, you're gonna reward on it, and then you're gonna sow on it. If you don't, your kids gonna be taking advantage of that. Your kids gonna be will be rewarded. Your family gonna take the reward. Okay, and you practice your righteousness in front of others, because what happens is now you become you become the master, not the disciple, not the student. Okay, and now when you start it, there's no, you cannot stop. You got to do even better. You have to do more. Next thing you know, you have to be non-stop, because if you stop now, they're gonna be like, what happened? Is your faith in them now? Do you not go to church? You don't pray anymore? So you gotta keep on going every time until you get exhausted. And he said, if you do, you'll have no reward from your Father in heaven, because your reward is already the glory is not toward God, nor the glory is toward you, and God do not share His glory. That's why He cast out the devil, because the devil wants his glory to be on top above God. And that's what happens when you do that. You try to get the every glory, and God doesn't want that. and glory to God alone. That's why whenever good things happen, whenever you pass a class, God to be glory. And whenever you have money, to God be the glory. Whenever you sleep and wake up, to God be the glory. Whenever you're able to eat, to God be the glory. Whenever you pray for people to hear, to God be the glory. Whenever you're able to cast out the devil, to God be the glory. Because it's only His glory. That's all. That's your life from the beginning to the end. For His glory is all glory alone. You're not placed on earth to be glorified. You're placed on earth to glorify God. It's the other way around. And God doesn't play that. His glory is His alone. That's the reason Jesus said that. That's the reason God said, do not do that, because at the end of the day, you become God in front of people's eyes. And next thing you know, you become idolized. And next thing you know, idolatry is a form of abomination. Now God has to destroy you, and that you become enemy of God, because now you have no reward. And instead of God praying, and instead of people praying and believing God, they're gonna believe in you in your prayer. That's why you see so many people worship saints, the sun, the animals, because they think that they are the one that do the miracles. And idolatry send a lot of people to hell. Don't spare idolatry, okay? Whenever there's something people say, no, I did anything, it's God did the glory. Even the angel, when he was going to talk to Jacob, in Jacob, what happened? He wanted to worship him. He said, no, don't worship me, I'm the angel. Worship God in heaven. And whenever there's something people see you, do not take it. Say, no, I'm just a human being like you. God used me as a vessel. To God be the glory. Don't take that honor, because all the honor and glory belong to God. If, for example, I don't mind, for example, if people see you doing that, and then on the back door, for example, if you help the homelessness, if you help the hunger and stuff like that, if you do that and then people don't see that, that's good. If people want to make a party to appreciate action, that's the people do that for you without your knowledge. Appreciation, I totally agree with that. But at the end of the day, when they appreciate you and they're trying to give thanks to say, no, thanks God, because I'm alive. God put that in my mind. God give me the possibility to do that. Without His that I won't be able to do that. I won't even have the thought of doing that. He's the one who put the thought in my head. He's the one who give me the provision to do so. Because God is the answer of your tongue. Before you even think it, so He already write it down. He already knows it. That's why you need to be aware of that. It is a slippery slope. Don't get that glory. Because people are going to become see you as a God, and God don't play that game. There's only one God alone, and it's a part of the 10 Commandments. The first rule is me, worship me, acknowledge me, give the glory to me. The second part is the share the glory that I have, pass it on to the others. That's how it is. And the best thing to do is deny yourself by refusing the glory that people put onto you, because you're just dust, nothing else. And today you wake up, tomorrow you be gone. Nobody remember your name, your faces, and by 50, 100 years, you just gonna be the whisper in the wind. That's it. Be careful when you give charity. Be careful when you do all this stuff, because God said. And when you take it in your own hand, your glory already gone. But when you do it, that God said, and God will honor you. And God loves honor His people when you do it the right way. And your glory shall be in heaven, and your honor shall be in heaven. And God gonna give you some of them on earth, but the biggest reward gonna be in heaven, to be eternal life, and then the crown, and then all the white clothes, and then next thing you know, all the jewels, the pearls gonna be in your garment when you go to heaven. Don't let men glory take away the garment from your eternal glory. Don't let that happen. And if you know my video, guys, turns out subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time.
Among men, it is I, the perfect sacrifice, whose blood atones for all sins in those who believe. It is I who was dead but is alive forevermore, and I who dwells in the hearts of my chosen one.